Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, before we get started, please hit that thumbs up for us. It helps out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't yet and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when the next video comes out. So today's strategy is called the 3-step compression regression. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But first of all, I want to thank our two partners for partnering up with me on the channel here. First of all, we have pokerchipmania.com. There's the website. They've got clay, ceramic, and composite chips. Plus they have these, well, I have these 11.5 gram composites. I've shown these many times. It is the striped dice pattern, but they have a lot of other choices. Different styles, varieties, patterns, and they may even, or they can do custom chips for you as well. They've also started carrying the 19mm dice again. On the home page, just go to the, scroll down and go to the craps section, and that'll take you there. And there also is a link for my channel on there. So thank you very much to the people over there at pokerchipmania.com. And if you if you are going to buy something at checkout, put this code in right here, CRAPSTX10, and get 10% off your entire order. So thank you for that. Giving back to our viewers. We really appreciate it. Also, next up is gripmats.etsy.com. This is where I got my deluxe craps mat from. They do have a couple of different patterns and a couple of different colors to choose from. They also may be able to do a custom one for you if you just message them and ask. They'll let you know if they can do it one way or the other. And they also have poker, blackjack, and baccarat layouts. They have a lot of game mats, just all types of games. Over 300 different kinds of mats and game pieces. Go check them out, gripmats.etsy.com. They've got themed mats also, like Star Wars, Dune, and Marvel. They have desk mats and really a lot more. You could probably get some mouse pads, or again, send them a message. There is a contact info on there where you can send them a message and ask if they can do something custom for you, and they'll let you know. They always have some sort of rotating discount, either on an individual product or on everything in general. Just go check them out and click on the item that you're looking for, and it'll show you if there is a discount available at this time. Right now in the month of December, they are running some discounts, so please go check them out. And thank you so much to the people over at gripmats.etsy.com for partnering with us. So let's get into today's strategy, as I just threw away my cheat sheet here. It is the 3-step compression regression. So it's a regression strategy, not the 2-hit drop pattern boring kind, but it's a little unique. So this works on a $10 or $15 table. You could probably even math it up to a 25 if you needed to. We're going to do it on a $10 table. So our starting base is going to be 66 inside. First of all, let's get this out of the way. We're going to buy in with 700. There's 5, 6, 50, 75, and 7. And let me get the rack over here. There's some pre-show prep for you. Didn't get the rack ready. All right. And we'll get this out of the way. So like I said, we start out with 66 inside. And what we're looking for is 3 unique hits. Not 3 hits on the 6. Not 3 hits on the 8. Not 2 hits on the 6 and 1 hit on the 5. We need 3 unique hits. So we need each one of these numbers to hit at least once. Not each, but 3 out of the 4 need to hit at least once. So that may be the little difficult part of it, just depending on what kind of a shooter you have and how many rolls they get. Let's see, after that, you are looking for the 3 hits, and then after the 3rd hit, you're going to drop the 5 and the 9, and then you're going to drop the 6 and the 8 down to the table minimum. So we're going to go down from 18, because we're doing 66 inside. We're going to go down from the 18 on each down to 12 on each, on just the 6 and 8. We're removing the 5 and 9. For each hit on the 6 and 8 after that, we're going to buy one number. So if we hit the 6, we're going to buy the 5. And then if we hit the 5 again, we're going to take the 5 down. And then vice versa on the other side. If we hit the 8, we're going to buy the 9. If we hit that 9 again, we're going to take it down. So you can see it's going to be going out and back in and out and back in. Good thing I have big hands, right? Look at that. I can almost touch all 4 numbers. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to it, and we'll see how it goes. And at any time, like after that, you get to a couple of hits like that, you can kind of just move on and do whichever strategy you would like. You don't have to do that compression regression the entire time. It's just something, a little fun spin or fun take on a normal 66 inside, or a normal regression off a 66 inside, or an 88, or you could do it at a 110 or whatever. I mean, it's just whatever your table minimum is. You start out with about 2 steps above, and then you come back down to the table minimum after those 3 unique hits. So let's get us a set of dice. Enough talking, and let's play. We'll get that 5, 3, 8 there. We're not the shooter on any of these. We're just going to wait for a point to be set and place our 66. Dice out. All right, we have a 5, 4, 9. That is our point on our come out roll, and we're going to throw out our 66. We'll just put that 75 there for now. Dealer, please set me up 66 inside. Oh, let's get our $9 change before I forget. So there's our $9 change off the 75. All right. Hang on. Time out. There'll be a break here, and then I'm gonna come right back. And we're back. Okay, so we're setting up the 66, 15 on each, and then 18 on the 6 and 8. And let's get our change out of the way. Do some house cleaning, Key. All right, dice are out. Looking for a hit, or 3 unique hits. All right, there's a hit on the 6. That, I need to get some more red chips. That 18 is going to pay 21. So there is our first hit on one individual number. So now we need to hit on the 5, 6, or the 5, 8, or 9. Oh man, we are really organized this morning. It's Saturday and I slept in. I got sleep, so I don't know what's going on here. All right, there is a 3, 2, 5. Okay, that's another unique number. So that is a second hit on a 15. That's going to pay 21. We're going to same bet. And we'll do a little house cleaning and keep that rack clean as we go. We're racking all that to the outside so we can see what we have. So we've hit the 5 and the 6 so far. We're looking for a hit on the 8 or the 9. But, I mean, we'll still collect. There is a 4, 2, 6, so we're going to collect. We're going to do same bet until we get that third unique hit. There is 21. And again, we'll do some house cleaning and color up to a green. All right, dice out. We need a hit on the 8 or the 9 to make that third unique hit. But in the meantime, it doesn't suck to collect money. There's another 21. And again, we'll house clean, color up. And then we've already got $84 over there. Dice out, or 83, something like that. There we go. There's our third unique hit. All right, there's a hard 8. That 15 is going to pay 21. At this point, you're going to tell the dealer, please take down my 5 and 9. And they will hand that back to you. We'll just leave that there for right now. We won't house clean real quick. But so now we need a hit on the 6 or the 8. We hit the 6. We're going to compression regression. We're going to go out to the 5. And then if we hit the 5, we're going to come back in. If we hit the 8, we're going to go out to the 9. If we hit the 9 again, we're going to come back in. We need to drop this to table minimum as well, I believe. Let me check my cheat sheet. Yes. Take down the 5 and 9. And go to the table minimum. Yep. So we're going to go down to the 12. So you're going to tell them to take you down to 12, or the table minimum on the inside, 6 and 8. So we'll put that over there. Stack it high and let it fly. All right. Dice are out. There is a hard 4. Doesn't help us right now. We are down to only the 6 and 8, but we have collected quite a bit thus far. All right. There's a hit on the 8. 8 is going to pay, that 12 is going to pay 14. We're going to throw in $1 and make it 15. No, we don't need to do that. Yeah, we do. We can. It'll pay 15 for 1. Dealer, please place my 5 for $10. Or 9, rather. I'm sorry. I'm getting all sort of confused there. All right, so we've gone out to the outside on that side. Again, it's just a unique spin on the 66 inside and a compression or regression strategy. Compression's in there too. But anyway, there's a 6-5 yo 11. And a 4, 3, 7 out. Okay, so at least we got several hits in the beginning there, and I think that was a profitable shooter for us. So let's go ahead and kind of color these up real quick just to get them in the rack. There is a couple of green. All right, we'll get that set up and out of the way. And we'll get set up for our next shooter. All right, again, we're not the shooter on any of these, so we're going to go on to shooter number 2. The 3-hit compression regression strategy. We'll just take that. 12 midnight there. All right, we're coming out looking for a point. New shooter, shooter number 2. There is a 426. What is grabbing? Something's grabbing. Okay. That's weird. Okay, anyway. 426. 6 is going to be our point. We'll throw out our 66. I think we have exact change this time. And 66. Please set me up 66 inside. Compression regression. 3-hit compression regression. So we need 3 unique hits. I guess that's the unique part to this strategy. We're not looking just for 3 hits. We're looking for 3 unique hits. So 3 out of these 4 numbers need to hit at least once before we regress. Dice out. All right, there's our first hit. There is a hard 6. That is also point. 18 is going to pay 21. And we will say same bet. We'll rack it. Again, I like to keep the bets off to the side just so I can see what we're doing per shooter. All right, we're coming out looking for a new point. We can work if we want, but I'm not going to work in this instance. That is up to you. That's an individual choice. There is a hard 10. That is our new point. All right, we're looking for a second and third unique hit. There is a 6-5 yo. Remember, we've already hit the 6. Dice out. If you need to keep a little chip, in your rack just to kind of remind you which numbers you've hit, you can do that. All right, there's our second unique hit. There is the 9. 15 is going to pay 21. Same bet. All right, and we'll house clean as we go. We're going to color up. There's 5 red, 4 green. Christmas colors. Dice out. All right, there's aces. Spot and a dot. Doesn't help, doesn't hurt. Dice out. 6-5 yo. See a horn, bet a horn. We're looking for a hit on the 5 or the 8 right now before we can regress, but we're going to hit point first. All right, that's fine. There is the point hit. Looking for a new point. Bets are off. There is a boxcars, 12 midnight. Looking good on the ATS so far, I would believe. There is a boxcars back-to-back. See a horn, bet a horn. All right, and a 4-1-5. Okay, so we've hit the 6 and the 9. We're still looking for a hit on the 5 or the 8 before we regress. There is a ace-deuce, 3 craps, and a 6-5 yo 11. So see a horn, bet a horn. Man, that's coming up quite a bit, isn't it? There's a 4-2-6. Okay, we've already hit the 6, but we will take that payment. 18 will pay 21. And we'll clean up as we go, or color up. There is 5 red, 4 green. And we'll set that off to the side. We're at over $60 so far. So we're close to our original buy-in. All right, there is a hit on the 8. So we've now hit the 6, the 9, and the 8. So we'll regress after this. So 18 is going to pay 21. Let's go ahead and color that up. And then we'll do our regression. Dealer, oh, what am I doing? Oh, yeah. All right, I colored up. There we go. I put it back in the dealer bank. Dealer, please remove my 5 and 9 and take my 6 and 8 down to 12, or the table minimum, which would be 12. All right, so you'll get that back in your rack, Jack. All right, and we will color up real quick. I say quick, but then there's 4 green, 4 black. So we're over 100 over there already. We know that much. Now we're looking for a hit on the 6 or the 8, and then we'll go out on each number. All right, there is a 5, 3, 8. We will pay out. Let's see, that is 12. That's going to pay 14. We'll do the 15 for 1. Dealer, please place my 9 for $10. And then you get $5 back to your rack. We'll color that up real quick. And now if we get a hit on that 9, we're going to collect and then remove it again. Dice out. It's just kind of a way to, I don't know, maybe think about it a little bit more. There's a ace-deuce, 3 craps. Not that there's anything fancy or special about this. There's a 4-1-5. We don't have the 5 right now. But again, it's just called a compression regression strategy. There is a hard 10. So again, it's just kind of a way to, there's a 5-1-6. I keep interrupting myself with rolls. Quit it. Pays 14 or 15 for 1. Dealer, please place my 5 for 10s. Okay, so now we're back up. We got 44 inside. If we hit the 5 or 9 again, we're going to collect and then remove it. Why? I don't know. It's the way that's the way the strategy read. So there's the 9. All right, 10 is going to pay 14, or we'll do 15 for 1. Dealer, please take my 9 down. All right, so that's going to be 5 of those for a green. And we're over $150 over there. Dice out. There's a 516. Okay, it didn't really say anything about if we hit the opposite side number. I think it's just if we hit that 5 again. So we'll go ahead and just collect. We'll same bet. 12 will pay 14 or 15 for 1. All right, dice out. We're looking for not that. All right, 437. Okay, we've been fortunate. We've had a couple of good shooters there. That will come down now. But as you can see, it's just a spin. You know, it's not a, hey, play this strategy and you're going to get rich kind of thing. But it's just a, hey, play the strategy and, you know, if you've had a few cocktails, it'll make your head work if your head is functioning at that point. All right, so let's go ahead and get that racked up and out of the way, and we'll get set up for our third shooter if we have time. We do 16 minutes in. Dice out. There is a 437. That's a frontline winner. Does not help us. Coming out, looking for a point. There's a 314. 4 will be our new point. And we'll set up 66 inside. Whoa, almost did a little S thing there. I don't know if you caught that, but almost did like the kick inside. All right, there is 66. Dealer, please set me up 66 inside. He said, I got you, man. I got you. And we'll get you set up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep counting. All right, now we're looking for 3 unique hits. How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on him. Nice out. There's a 516. That's our first hit. 18 is going to pay 21. We're going to same bet after that rolls around. Same bet. That is our first unique hit on the 6. Now we need a hit on the 5, 6, and 9, and or 9. There's a 6-5 yo 11. Doesn't help. Doesn't hurt. 314. That is point hit. All right, bets are off. You can work if you'd like, but we're not going to. Looking for a new point coming out. There's a leaner. And we have a 6-5 yo frontline winner. Dice out for my Canadian friends. There is a 6-4-10. We're right back on the 10. And looking for another unique hit. There is a 5-2, and we're through. So we didn't get very far on shooter number 3. So that will leave us time for, I guess I could have left that out there. I always think about that after I've taken it down. But anyway. All right, so that will go off. We only got $21 on that shooter. So not enough to cover our initial bet on that. We didn't change dice. That was probably the issue. All right, so let's get us a new set of dice there. There's a 5, 3, 8. We're coming out looking for a new point, playing the 3-hit Compression Regression. 516, that's our new point. We're going to throw out 65, 66. There's 65, and a dollar makes it 66. Dealer, please set me up 66. Inside. If you were playing the $15 table, this would be 88 inside. And then you would regress to 66, or you would regress to 18 each instead of 24 each on that. And I'm not going to math the $25 level just because I haven't done it prior to this. And I don't want to think about it right now. All right, there is a hard 4. Oh, that's nothing. We already have points set. Okay, so we're looking for 3 unique hits on these inside numbers. There's an ace deuce, 3 craps. No help. And a 5, 4, 9. All right, that's our first unique hit. 15 is going to pay 21. Same bet, please. And we'll throw that in our rack. Off to the side. Dice out. 516. Point hit. And that is our second unique hit. So we still need a hit on the 5 or 8. But first, that pays 21. We're going to same bet. We'll color up as we go. There's 5 red, 4 a green. And we're looking for a new point. We're coming out. Bets are off. 437. That's a front line winner. Pay the line. Dice out. 314. 4 is our new point. Okay, we've hit the 6 and the 9, I believe. We're looking for a hit on the 5 or 8 for our third unique hit. But we're going to get point first. So we're going to pay these point people, the pass line people. Coming out again. 6-5 yo. That's another front line winner. Winner, chicken dinner. There is a 6-2-8. I guess we should have been playing on or working to come out. So we're still looking for a hit on the 5 and 8. We've had a hit on the 6 or 9. We've had 2 unique hits. We need a third one. How many times can I say unique? It's like I'm getting commission on it. There's a 6-1 or 5-1-6. Man, always dyslexic with numbers. There we go. Paying 21. We're going to same bet it. Actually, we'll color up as we go. And we're still looking for a 5 or an 8 for that third unique hit before we regress, but we're just going to keep hitting the 9 and the 6, which is just fine because we can still collect on those. Same bet, and I'm going to color up as we go because I've never said that before. Dice out. 6-5, yo. No help, no harm. 2-1-3, 3 craps. Ace, deuce. Throwing dice backwards. And a 5-1-6. 6 will be our new point. No, it won't. 6 is our... I'm sorry. 6 gets hit. There is 21. We're going to pay and keep it, and we're going to color up. Sorry, distracted for a second. All right, dice out. 6-3-9. We've already hit that, but we're going to keep paying on it. There's 21, and we don't need to color up now. So we'll just keep paying on that, but we can color up. We can color up these singles. 5 for a 5, 5 for 1, and 4 for a black chip. So we got over $125 over there. Still looking for that 5 or 8 before we regress. There is 12 midnight box cars. 5, 4, 9. That was a 4. There we go. 5, 4, 9. Again, that we're just going to same bet it. We will... Whoa. Trying to press up already. We'll just keep taking those hits and paying them out. All right, dice out. And a 6-1-7. Okay, so we didn't get to do the compression, regression, any kind of thing like that on that shooter, but hopefully, whoops, almost paid myself on that. Hopefully you understand how it goes thus far. We're at, what, 22 minutes? Let's get one more shooter in and see if we can do a little more explanation of it before we call it a video. All right, well, I'm just making all kinds of mess over there. Yep, we're just going to leave that alone and get us a new set of dice. There is a 6-2-8. We'll take that. 3 hit compression regression. Trying to pronounce every letter in the word. There's a 6-1-7 frontline winner. Dice out. 5-2-7. Second time on the frontline winner. And a 6-1-7. Another frontline winner. So we're just paying the line all day. There's a 6-4-10. That's a hit and a new point for us. And we're going to throw out 65, 66. Dealer set me up 66 inside. And that looks just like you think it does. It is 15 on each and 18 on the 6 and 8. Now, again, we're looking for 3 unique hits, 3 hit compression regression. There's a 6-1-7, so we're not going to get it. But as I said, that will probably, but it will definitely be the last shooter. We'll go ahead and just end it right there. If you have any questions about it, just drop them down in the comments. You can ask whatever you want about this strategy or, whatever else, and we'll see what we can do to answer your question. All right, we get that out of the way. Let's see where we ended up. Our starting bankroll was 700. I believe we did okay, but let's go ahead and color up. Oops, I left one back there. All right, there is 5 and another 5. Okay, so that is 2 reds from our singles. All right, and let's color up on those. There's 5, 5, and 5, or 3 green chips. Whoa. Left one out there. All right, so there's 3 green. So let's color those up. There is only 1 or 4 of those. So we will get a black chip, and let's see where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 500. We can color that up. Just so I can show off my purple chips from pokerchipmania.com. So there is 500. 6, 7. All right, that was our buy-in. 6, 7. Hey. All right, that's our buy-in, the 700. There is 8, 850, 860, 861. So we made $161 on the compression regression, or 3-hit compression regression strategy. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you'd like to email us, you can email us right here at crapstx@gmail.com, and I will answer them. So again, before we leave, let's thank our partners, pokerchipmania.com. Use the code CRAPSTX10 at checkout for 10% off. and also gripmats.etsy.com. They have all kinds of game mats and everything, and they're always running some kind of percentage off. So check out the game mats you're looking for and see if they have a percentage off discount for that particular item. So thank you to those two companies for the partnership. And yeah, that'll do it. This is Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. And before we cut out, please hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes out. So it is the holiday season. Happy holidays if you're watching this right now. It's December 2025. From my family to yours, hope you have a very good holiday, and we'll see you on the next video.